There's a good many people out there who focus on trying to make themselves beautiful. And I do too. I used to focus on the outside. On the outside, I wanted to be beautiful. I wanted to have blonde streaks in my hair, and I wanted my hair curly, and I wanted to be thin, and I wanted to be tan, not all over, and no tan lines, just pure brown skin, because that was awesome. Being thin and tan and blonde was a wonderful treat. It's amazing how we think things through as we're younger. And then I got older and I realized that, all of that concern from being thin led me to not eat properly, therefore burning out my thyroid. And so when I did start eating, I doubled my size. Became exactly what I was in fear of, a heavier gal. And then I decided. Oh, and I had a friend of mine who's still a very good friend. He told me, and over and over and over, he would tell me that I needed to get to the gym, that I needed to exercise, that I needed to get that weight off because it just wasn't healthy, and he was concerned for my health. When in actuality, he knew me when I was 104 pounds and, just a wee little thing, and he didn't like to see the change in me. It was odd. I guess maybe it was hard for me to take too. It was a difficult transition. However, once I got over the fact that I was no longer thin, I would never be thin again. Unless, of course, I wanted to become a marathon runner or a cyclist that goes to the beach and back and all of that, which I can tell you right now, that is not going to happen. So I'm going to, watch what I eat and eat, fairly healthy and drink lots of water. The best water that I can find around. Of course, here in the USA, they purify it all, basically killing all the nutrients in it, and so it's dead water anyway. So anyway, back to what I was getting at. Before I focused on the outside, and I was so concerned with how my hair looked and whether my eyeliner was smearing or my lipstick was, making my lips look cherry red or blush. Whether I had a little dry patch or, my eyebrows were all funky, something, I was so concerned about what people would think when they saw me. It's kind of pitiful when you think about it because unfortunately, when we're young, and a lot of people, even when they're older, they fail to understand that true beauty is on the inside. And I didn't know that until my friend started telling me over and over, and he was getting very aggressive about how I needed to lose this weight. And so I got aggressive back. And I said, no. What I need to do is I need to learn to love me the way that I am now. Exactly how I am right now. I don't need to focus on trying to be something other, thinner, prettier gal. I need to love me as I am now. And so, for the last 13 years, that's what I've been doing. I've been reading a lot of books, and I've been a lot of self-help books. I love Don Miguel Ruiz. Deepak Chopra is very, very good. He's got a lot of good books out there, but he's overpublished, I would say, from my own perspective. Although they're all very good. So I am not degrading him in any fashion whatsoever. He's a very, very spiritual man. And then we have our other friend there who wrote, what was it, The Power of Now. And he's so silent all the time. Eckhart Tolle, he's so quiet. You know, he doesn't publish books. He doesn't go out on talks. He doesn't publicize himself as this grand master of peace, which he is a master of. And he has so much to share, and yet he knows. And yet he knows that each one of us has to travel our own journey and come to that realization ourselves with a little guidance. A little. So when I make videos like this and I don't look my best, I will not apologize. I don't feel I have anything to apologize for because I am being transparent. I am being completely me. Completely. You know, I have my friend who tells me I need to be thinner, and he's all, well, if your husband likes it. And I'm like, well, he's in the man cave. He don't care, you know, and I'm not going anywhere. What do I care? What do I care? My dogs are going to come out and lick me in the face, you know. I mean, I really do not care. It doesn't bother me to be me. In fact, I'm thrilled at the age of near 50 to finally be able to say, I'm so happy to be me and to be alive and to be able to appreciate others when I see them being themselves. And when they can look me in the eye and hold my hand and share a moment in gratitude and in sisterhood or brotherhood, or if we can hug, a true hug, you know, not just one of those hugs where you kind of give a brief hug and then pull away, you know, like that's like, oh, that's a hug, oh, that's a little much there. No, that's not a hug. A hug is when you embrace each other and you let your energies touch and you just soak it in for a minute. And you, in your mind, are so happy to see that person. There's a group here where I live, and they do that often. In fact, it's quite the norm when we go to these meetings that we have periodically, where people will hug each other. Now, I don't get a lot of that at home. In fact, it's rare that I get a hug at home. So I love going to events like this because I can fill up. I can get 6, 8, 10 hugs, really good hugs. I mean, some hugs seem a little long, you know. I'm ready to pull away, and they're like, oh no, I'm not done with you yet. And so I go back in, and I'm like soaking up some more, you know. I mean, what can you do except the love and the free giving of someone of themselves, their presence with you. So someday I hope that, you know, whenever there is a gathering anywhere, that we can actually walk up to each other and hug each other and say, my, your dress is beautiful. I've just got to give you a hug. Or, whatever comes to mind. Touching each other is essential because it's a transfer of energy. It's part of the World Wide Web. And when we break that, the world starts to die. The world and everything that lives on it starts to die. And so we must, even if it's just, standing next to somebody and maybe putting your hand on their shoulder and saying, hi, it's so good to see you. Or, anything else that you can think of. Holding a hand, giving a gift, a small gift. I saw a lady sitting on a corner the other day. She was not looking well, and she had a sign, and I had no money. I don't have money, really. So, but I did have this little silver angel that I carried in my coin purse. And so I pulled it out, and I put it in her palm. And I said, here's an angel to watch over you. I hope she still has it. I cherished it. I really did. I cherished that little teeny tiny silver angel. She was precious. And so I hope that woman also believes and thinks that it is precious also. So there's my dribble for the day. I almost had you fooled, because the day, it's not even 1 o'clock. I mean, it's just a little after 1 o'clock. I have hours left. I could actually fix my hair and do something different later. So until then, have a good one.